archive section. I did have a little peek at this page before, and I was very confused and overwhelmed by this page. It was kind of freaking me out a little bit because there's just so much information in here. It goes on forever, and I'm thinking, wow, you've done so much work for Jimmy. You've done a real lot. What I would actually do in here, because I know that the Mayan dream spell stuff is day-based, so you could, if you can kind of figure out how to do it or get someone definitely to help you, is to have a calendar system in here. So you can actually have little months with days on it, and then people click on a day and they get taken to that particular day with the information about that day. I think that would be really nice, because at the moment you kind of have to look at the end, and then you could have the kin number. I'm guessing that's the most important thing because it's at the front, actually written inside the little day. So if you can figure out how to do that, if there's some kind of plugin or a tool or some IT person can help you, that would be a really fun thing to have in here. And we could change the name of archive. We could call it calendar if that kind of fits with you. I know you're getting away from the word calendar though, so you could come up with another creative word that's a little bit cooler than archive, but different from calendar. There might be something, I don't know, you could come up with. Okay. Contact. Okay, great. I want to show you guys my contact page actually, because this is sort of going to, as you start posting more, it's going to become a real issue when you start getting a lot of people contacting you, asking you questions about things and stuff. So you go into contact. So I have a whole range of different options. So I have got, people can email this if they have questions about my online store. If they've got questions specifically for me, they can do this. Actually, this needs to be updated. I don't have the coaching club anymore. They want to book in a consultation, they do it straight here. Questions about products, go to this website please. I don't know anything about products, don't ask me. Or business inquiries, send an email here. So I have lots of different options for different people, and the good thing about this, you know, I've got Caitlin working with me, so anyone that has a store question, the email is going to go straight to her, not to me, so that's cutting down my workload a real lot. And this one here about products, skincare products, I used to get so many people saying, can you tell me about this product? What about the ingredients in this product? And as I've said before, I'm really not a product person. I don't really get into that kind of thing. So I just knew as much as they knew. So instead I refer to them to this massive review site. I need to update these numbers now actually. Yeah, so that's an option for your contact, creating different options in there. Sessions. This is the page I'm really interested in here, because this is one way that we're going to be monetizing. Okay, so we want to be having your option to book in much higher up. So I would consider actually summarizing your sessions, having an add to cart button, and then having more information either underneath or in another page. You could do that because there's a lot of information in here, a real lot. Maybe you've just sort of modified the content a little bit. The main thing I'm worried about is you've got a lot of links in here, so someone could get really distracted during reading about your session, go off to these other pages, and then forget that they were considering booking you in. So that's why I'm saying kind of summarize it, have the book in, and then have underneath maybe more information about it. Just have a play around and see if that fits well. These pictures look great. I'd consider making them much bigger than that. The bigger the better, usually with these images. Okay, definitely putting a buy button in there. I know you're working on that now though. Yeah, so you've got image stuff going on with your style and your theme here, so just making sure that this kind of thing isn't happening. So we've got that happening here as well. You've got testimonial in here. That's great. Oh, look, there's me. They're awesome. So just working with the styles of your testimonials, just separating them out. When I first glanced at this, I thought, oh, you've just got one testimonial in there, and then I saw my name at the bottom and the information at the top. Well, I didn't actually say that. So there are a whole bunch of different ones in here, so working with the formatting in there. I'm totally cool if you want to put my picture in there. So it's really good to have someone's first name and last name where they live. So for me here, it's really good to either, we can put Australia or Peru in. I don't mind which one you put in, and putting my photo in there as well. The photo really helps to authenticate a testimonial. I've got a friend who's been learning copywriting, and I was actually really quite shocked to find out that copywriters fake all testimonials. I kind of thought that only really evil people did that, but apparently it's kind of a standard procedure. They fake testimonials. I've never been able to do that myself. I wouldn't feel like it's ethically right. So having that picture in there helps people to know that it is actually a real testimonial that you have in there, and it's more believable as well. Yeah, so really working, the main thing there is getting that payment button in and working with the placement of it too. Okay, what do we have under the basics? Okay, basics coming soon. That's okay. That's totally fine. Although I wouldn't even bother putting it in the nav bar until you actually have content to put in there. So when we have an empty page like a coming soon one like this, sometimes we can have it coming soon for a long time, as in months. And it can make your blog, you can give it less credibility. So someone can come here and just, you know, in your mind you think it's a little bit unprofessional, or, you know, it's the blogger isn't paying enough attention to their blog. So I would take that link completely out until you actually have content and you're ready to put it in. Yeah. Okay, so a few changes there. So we've talked a lot about the aesthetic stuff. So to really work on getting more traffic, I know that you're working on potentially creating videos, and you're sort of in two minds kind of about that. So I don't think it's that important to do the video for you. I think it would be really nice, and as I said, you are beautiful, and I think you're going to look amazing behind the camera, and I think you've got a lot to share with the people on YouTube, so it will be great if you start to actually do that. But you don't have to, because you are creating this regular content that's coming out all the time. So that's a really great thing with the momentum that you're doing. You're posting almost every day, which for the mind stuff is actually a really nice thing to do. As I said, I've actually been checking your blog out and seeing what the energy is like for a particular day. The other things that you can do, and this is, you know, Vasumi, I know we've already talked about this, but it's going to help other people, is to find other people's blogs that are in the same niche or a similar niche. So you could even go into astrology as well. It doesn't have to be the mind stuff, because often people are kind of very interested in both. If they're interested in one, often they're interested in both. And either guest posting, asking to guest post on those people's blogs. So you're looking for a blog that's very well established and has a lot of traffic. So guest posting on them, and that will create a link back from their blog to yours, which is great for Google. The more links you have from other people's websites and blogs to your site is going to help with your ranking a real lot. It'll also help their readership know that you have a presence, so that you're there. So that's why I'm saying go for someone who has a large readership, that already has a good established blog. The other way is to go for these people that are quite big authorities in the particular niche that you're working with, or similar niches, and asking to interview them. So you could interview them via podcast. So that's just for example, having a Skype interview with them and recording it. There's a little tool called Skype Call Recorder, which I use for my consultations when I remember to press the record button. And it's great because it's so simple to use, and it's just press the record button, that's all you do, and it will record the session super easy. Or you could text interview them as well, but often the audio interviews go down a lot better. And then often that person will write either Twitter or Facebook, or in their blog they'll say, hey, I was just interviewed by Vasumi at timewaves.org, go check it out. So they'll often drive their traffic to your blog just by thinking, hey, it's super cool, I've just been interviewed, and go and check out the interview. So often that'll happen. So they'll often create a link, and then that's a whole Google algorithm thing again. So that's getting more traffic. Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be the best way with you, aside from the YouTube videos. I don't think you need to go and post in forums or anything like that. I kind of feel there's no real point to that for most niches anyway. Aside from monetizing, you've got your Moon Journal in here. I definitely get some information products out. So having stuff that's downloadable in a PDF format, whether it is some kind of like whether you can have this as a PDF. I don't know about the publishing rights here. I've been working with an author recently, and he actually is not allowed to have his books sold by him as PDFs because the publisher has all the legal rights. So he has to create new books. So it might be a similar thing for you, but definitely working on some mine information kind of things in the beginning, in these early stages. So information products for sure, definitely. You know what? There's going to be endless possibilities for this particular niche, because you don't want to be working on the sessions all of the time. I was speaking with Dan just the other day, who we spoke with on the live call the other night in week 3, I think it was. And Dan was saying how he's getting old and he's just going to burn out eventually with one-on-one sessions. So he wants to be teaching more people at once and passing on the knowledge instead of just doing these one-on-ones all the time. So it might be a similar thing where, you know, you don't have to just be doing the sessions, and the sessions aren't really passive income because you're actually having to work with it. So instead, you could be doing webinars for people on teaching other people how to understand the mind dream spell and actually passing that on. So similar to my webinars that I've been doing with blogging with Lili. So actually doing that and doing, you could do one. You don't have to do weekly ones. You could charge $97 for one webinar that lasts 2 hours. And the wonderful thing about doing webinars, and this is what I'm doing, I think I said the other week that this is the first and last time that I'm going to be running this course via webinar. And that's because I'm recording every single class, and in the future when anyone wants to have access to the class and wants to go through the course, I will just sell them the recording, so I don't actually have to go through the work of having the time to do the live calls anymore. So it turns into passive income after I've actually done it the first time. So having one big webinar for $97 could be 3 hours long, if you're okay with talking for that long, and then you have that to sell after the webinar. You can sell it maybe for cheaper if it's not live, but that can be sitting on your blog forever, for years and years and years, and you can continue to make passive income from that particular packaged product forever. So that's definitely an option. You could have some kind of subscription membership-y site thing. I don't know how that would work or what you could offer. I need to understand your niche, your topic a lot more. I'm very new to the mind stuff. But yeah, we can definitely talk about that sometime. Or if anyone that's listening to this has some ideas for her, post them in the response or the comments box below, and yeah, we can definitely learn from each other and share ideas. Eventually getting advertisements in here is going to be really good. So getting signed up with Google AdSense and figuring out where you're cool with having them placed. The number one spot is actually up here. It's a little bit annoying, but it will make you good money actually having that Google AdSense block there, and then putting a block in the right hand side as well. It's going to be a really nice thing to do. You know, Google AdSense is free to sign up. Might as well just give it a go and see if you earn some decent money from it. And then eventually going down the path of getting sponsored advertisements as well. So getting people to actually pay you to have the advertisements in there. Yeah, and then, you know, we can talk about all the different types of ways that you can make passive income from vlogs. So you can definitely sell other people's affiliate products since you don't have any of your own products right now. And I'm in a similar position at the moment with my new niche, my new topic in high and health. While you are creating your own information products, your own digital products, you can definitely sell other people. So if there are any documentaries that are related to your niche, ebooks, tickets to events, just anything where someone is offering an affiliate service where you can very easily just get their link, and then anytime anyone clicks on that, goes to that particular service or product page, And then you get a cut, which is really great. So that kind of thing for sure.